What's up, everybody? Oh my goodness gracious. What a night. What a night we got planned. Everybody, oh my gosh, Jack's already in here. So bought into my first stock today. So happy about that. Happy to hear it, Jack. Happy to hear that you bought into your first stock. You know, that's the first big step. That's the thing. And then, you know, it's something that you work towards. It's so crazy how many people don't actually invest anything and they never actually appreciate their money. But it's something that you've done. You've taken the first step and you've hopefully invested in a company that you really care about. It's great to hear. More people need to take that initiative. So hopefully everybody is doing absolutely fantastic. Tonight we've got a little bit more Planet Crafter in. I've been a little bit under the weather this week, unfortunately. I've been feeling a little bit sick. I don't quite know what it's been. For a couple of days I just had a little bit of the stomach flu and stuff like that, and I don't know what it's been, because I never really get sick that much, but I don't know. Been having that, so hopefully I'll be better and over it and on to new things very, very soon. So I'll jump right into it. So as you guys can see, I hit 100 subscribers recently. So I'm really happy about that. I just want to say thank you to everybody out there that helped me get there. We also passed, looks like 22 now followers on Twitch. So we're hitting on both ends, and that sounded kind of weird, hitting at both ends. But, it's great. It's really great that we are together and we have a good group of people, and that's the biggest. I just think that is the biggest thing. I can't, if I just be able to have a good group of people around you, and it's just great. It's great to find people that you enjoy, because sometimes, there's not a lot of people like you around. And even if you think that there's a lot of people that live around you, a lot of people that are not like you. Sometimes I find the best friends actually online, believe it or not. So without further ado, let me get this thing. Jack says giggity. Giggity, yeah, that's right. Family Guy. Family Guy doing it up. I always remember that. I feel like Family Guy, you correct me if I'm wrong or you disagree, but did Family Guy, to me, did it seem like it was better back then? Is that just me, or does other people feel that way? Because I feel like it was better a little bit back in the day, but I don't know. Maybe call me crazy. What do I know, Let's jump into this whole thing. So, yeah, I've been feeling a little under the weather, but hey, we're gonna doing okay. Last time we continued multiple different biodomes. We've also upgraded to 3 T2s, and even after doing that, we still seem to run into massive amounts of issues with being able to still get enough iron. It was crazy. So you guys probably want to see where we're at, and that's understandable. We're approaching a breathable atmosphere, and you can see we just started here at 14.26%. To be able to not have to worry about breathing is going to be just a huge thing. I just can't wait to be able to do that. The other thing is, you can see we're at 11.43 GTI with a biomass of 1.44 KT and a pressure of 4.28 PA with heat at 4.74 MK. Oxygen is now really reaching up, and that's what I really wanted to get to, because I think it's going to be more and more imperative to make sure that we have more ore extractors running around and kind of creating those. And then last time we also built up an amazing area here. And let me just make sure. How's the quality of the streams? Everything looking good? We haven't dropped anything. Stream quality, it says, is doing good. How is the music to game ratio? Hopefully it's good. Tell me if it isn't. Oh, I should put these back first. So we're building up squash, because squash is of course going to be the T2, which is very useful and stuff like that. Our auto crafter right now, I've been trying to push it on this fertilizer and get those going. And then I've got, of course, my backup tanks right here, and we're going to get all this stuff in there. If I want to do a little bit more of these, I just need a bioplastic nugget, so I'm going to get that second one out of that. Here we go. Put one right there. And then I just need to get another larvae. It looks like I can put that in there, which is funny because if I put it in there, what does it actually do? I mean, it's not going to produce honey, right? I forget, do these actually have bees in them? That has honey. Okay, so you don't actually have to put the bee. The bee's already in the recipe, as it says, so you just have to put that in. It's not like the biodome where you build the biodome. This one, the actual bee larvae is part of the process. Okay, well that seems awesome. So we eventually could make some really good high quality food, and I'm looking for a little bit more of those rares because I'd like to really push it up. We are approaching, and you're kind of right. You are a little bit right, Jack. We're approaching a little bit of that production. It's getting kind of crazy and stuff. I mean, I would have never thought that we'd get there on the electricity, but you were right. Way down the road, we finally are going to have to upgrade. So that'll be something we have to do pretty soon. But let's get this food out. Let's drop these off. So the iron and the magnesium. So if you don't mind me asking, Jack, you don't have to say, but what company did you go with? If you don't want to say, that's okay. But I'm always interested in hearing what people, invested in. I just think that's amazing. You know what I think I need? I need another one of these. Is this all we have for iron? Oh my gosh. Let's go get more product up here. Man, kind of crazy. Yeah, we're gonna have to go on an iron run. Never thought I'd say that, but we're gonna have to go on an iron run. We built up so much. That should be enough though. No, it's not. Wow. We actually need iron. Okay. Let's go get it real quick. We'll check on how everything's going over here. A little bit of cobalt. Just want a little bit of iron in my life. Wow, it's actually looking quite barren in resources almost, which is interesting. There used to be so much more. A little bit of iron right there. And over here is quite littered, so we should be able to find good amounts of it. I think I'm gonna switch the music over here real quick. I'd like to go with what did we go last time? Didn't we go retro? Let's see what we have for good music. I liked the one. Here it is. This is really good. I feel like it set the vibe well. Okay. I would have thought I would have had more iron opportunity. Titanium, which I could care less about. Wowza. Wowza indeed. Okay, that should be enough. Just for a container. Let's head on back, and you can see that we're really branching off into this area now. This crazy dome. Our base. I'd like to start building up some stuff if I could get enough iron. I never thought I'd run through all that. Jack, you still here? I don't know if you're still here or not. Make sure we're seeing stuff. We had a little bit of problems before we jumped into the game, so hopefully everybody's seeing it good. Oh, you are still here. That's good. Did you hear what I said or no? Alright, oh, just busy. Okay, well that's good. That's always a good sign. At least you're not bored, right? Let's see here. Yeah, I wanted to get something just for honey, I think. I think I should put this outside, though. Close by the honey. No, actually, I need it in here. I need it by the auto crafter for it to make high-quality food. Or can't, actually, let's see here. Oh, I make that here. Yeah, probably makes sense to have it in here. All right, we'll put that as honey. No, it's not good to be busy. Is that what you're saying? All right, get the bark out of there. And so then we built this one here, and then we had 2 biodomes over there, and I was trying to branch out a while ago before things got kind of chaotic. Oh, I was asking you what stock you actually invested in. I didn't know if you wanted to say it or not. You don't have to, of course, but I just thought it'd be cool to hear what you kind of got into. Let's see here. This was our overflow here. We couldn't put any more here. And we should just put another titanium maybe here. I feel like we're gonna eventually need it. So it'll be something. We'll just put Jax. TDTO. Okay. TDTO. Let's see here. What was that? Let's check it out. TDTO. Okay. Oh, in a bank? Oh, the Toronto Dominion Bank. Oh, okay, cool. Interesting. All right. Awesome. What made you decide that? I think I'm just going to go on an iron run, and I'm just not going to stop until I have a whole thing of iron. Oh my goodness gracious, this is horrible. We're just like literally stuck because of the process of not having the iron. Crazy. That was a rare one. No. Oh, water, no. Now we're dead again. I just never pay attention. I need to just grab water bottles and have it on me. Figured it's a bank, so it ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Okay. Yeah. So you didn't go with any company, a bank. Well, I guess it is a company, but I was thinking you were going to invest in some sort of technology and stuff. But hey, that's at least something. That's investing that. Did you what made you go with them? Did you have any idea of what you picked on why? Or I mean, yes. I mean, a bank will hopefully a bank goes nowhere. If a bank does go somewhere, you know, let's do one mutagen. Mutagens. There we go. And then the recipe, I think, is 1 fertilizer. I always forget what it is for the bee. What is it for the bee? Uncommon larvae. Okay. Crap, my internet is messing up. Finally back. Well, I'm glad you're back. Commons. I don't know. Maybe we should just go rare. Go rare. I don't know if it makes sense, though, to do another one of these. I mean, it creates a massive amount of insects. But really, right now, we need tons of the oxygen, so I feel like we should just keep building those. Like right after I said my bank thing, stream froze for some reason. Oh, okay. No, I was just wondering why you had picked that bank, you know. Why did you pick them? Was there any particular reason you liked them, or just was always interested why people pick certain things? I didn't know you were gonna pick a bank. I was thinking it was gonna be some sort of tech company or something like that, or you know, maybe. But that's a interesting choice. So I was just wondering. Water bottles, and let's put these tanks back in here. And then we're just going to go full bore on trying to get as much iron here as we can. We're just going to do an iron run virtually because I just can't believe it, but we're actually kind of completely out of iron. Just making our progress super hard right now. Sulfur. Jack says, nah, bank first, as less likely to go belly up, being one of the biggest here in Canada. I see. What, did you find out if they had a good return, or what made you, I mean, it's good going with something that doesn't go belly up. That's not a bad spot. I look at annualized return, and then I would look at, dividends, and what is the expense ratio. Those are the primary things to look at. You know, up there, do you have capital gain tax? I don't know if you have anything like that, like long term, if you hold the stock long term versus short term, there's a difference in the way that you're taxed. All right, so we got tons of stuff now, guys. Squash is now filling up. The mushrooms are maximizing. The beans, good gracious. Oh, there we go. And eggplants. There we go. And then just TFSA, so screw the government trying to take a cut. TFSA. Oh. Over down here, no matter what, we have where they take a portion of it, of the stock. So it doesn't matter if you hold long term or short term, but there's a huge difference because short term can be a massive increase in taxes. It could be up to 24%. And so you pay 24% on the short term plus your income tax. It can be very expensive if you do any short term selling. And I always tell people, if you're going to actually get a stock, make sure you hold on to it at least for a year, if not more. Okay. There's quite a bit of little iron spots out here, isn't there? Never thought I'd be back to doing it this way, but my containers just weren't bringing me in what I wanted. I haven't seen my friend Natural Druid in a while. I wonder how he's been doing. Thank you for being here for the 100th special. Finally made it. I tell you, finally made it. It's awesome to finally be at this point. I forget we can keep drinking from the water now. Keeping our water intake nice and high. I don't see nothing over here. I'm just gonna go over to my miners here. Got 4 of these giggers going. Gigger. There we go. Grabbing all those. And that's perfect. I maximized my iron. Nice. Okay. We're going to head back and we're going to then do our next biodome, because the biggest thing is to increase the oxygen. If we're going to get it to the level, we're going to have to build like multiple different biodomes, and that can really increase it. But I've noticed that it's substantially skyrocketing because it was going past the, I think we're almost at 1,000 ppbs, baby. Oh yeah, 1,000. Yeah, oxygen really screws you hard. I don't know what that means. What do you mean it screws you hard? Like it's really tough to get to, or what are you saying? All right, let's come on over here. Let's get our next compartment. Need a little titanium. I guess we could build out a little bit. Maybe this subsection here. Let's see here. Grab that. The last 2 things can't really be worked on until you hit X amount of oxygen. Oh, yeah. Well, it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, I was just looking at it. Each one of those biodomes does 1450. So if they stack, I mean, we could be there pretty quick. I just got to keep building them. Get this area going around there. All right, that's interconnected. Perfect. Yeah, that one's nice and good. We've almost used up all of our iron again, but I think our subsection will branch it off this way. Have another biodome over here, broken off, and then kind of wrap them around. I think would be really cool. The only thing is we have to move maybe that food. Just thinking about it. So this biodome right here is 2 of 2. And I need to build the room, which is just titanium, which we of course always want to use because we have tons of it. So let's get on back here. We're finally getting to the point where we might actually have to build another thing of energy, which has been forever. Absolutely forever. I was like, when am I ever going to have to build it? And I would like to have a room out that way where they interconnect. I think that would be cool. Just would have to move some of that food in there. It shouldn't take too long. But this next biodome here, again, it's going to be the 2 things of fertilizer. And then once we have the fertilizer in hand, we're going to do 2 bacteria, 1 super alloy, and 1 sulfur. There we go. Rocking and rolling. Come on, everybody's happy. Everybody be happy. Okay, so this one should branch, should continue here. I don't know why it's not liking that. Trying to see here from the side view. That is weird. Why it doesn't like that. Not certain why that doesn't like that. It's not running into anything. I guess it might be, oops. It might be too far, so let's build another room over. Try putting it there. Oh, there it is. Perfect, there we are. So there's that component. And there's another one. That should really increase it here. And then we had this one, which we had gotten rid of, but we had more butterflies. If we wanted more insects, that's for, you know, that's what we actually had last time. We got rid of it. But now this one branches into here, and I've got to find a way to kind of have it interconnect here. All I've got to do is move these. So let's grab these real quick. Sorry, mushrooms. I kind of stopped you mid-process, I know. Okay, so now that we have these, I'll put these kind of in this section here. Let's do 1. 1. Just like that. This room might get cramped after a while, but that'll be okay. So now we can walk through both sections. Got ourselves, where we come here, it kind of wraps itself around. We can come back over here. I like that look to it. And then now we've got a second one of these as well, interconnected. And our base is really becoming quite massive. It's just something else. I mean, it really is. Let's go out. Let's see. We'll do one more food run here. So I'm really trying to harvest these. These are not ready. 86%. 86. Okay, so we'll come back. Doesn't look like they're ready yet. Let's jump over here. There's a little bit more bark we can grab. And then on over here, there was this area full of these ones, which are 250 each. Really nice ones there. And then this one also gives us bark. Keep that going on up. Oh, why did it? Wowza. This is getting crazy how big our base is getting. Really something else. Actually, you know what I wanted to look at? I wanted to look at The next one right there. Okay, so this is the Emel larvae, and that's a rare one. That'd be a cool one to get. It's a 300%er. This one is 2KT. But we also had these messages that we never looked at. So here's the one right here. Our sensors detected that the condition on your planet should allow the apparition of wild larvae in the surface. Use those larvae in the incubator to breed endemic species of bees and butterflies. And that's what we've been doing. Those species are required to fulfill your mission and increase the speed of your terraforming process. You are closely watched. Let us remind you that you shouldn't use the communication device to contact anyone else but Sentinel Corp. And then Riley comes in, of course, because she doesn't like to follow directions. And I tried to block her a long time ago. She says, after months of hard work, I finally managed to find my way to the Sentinel unlocking process and unlock the space trading rocket on your system. Usually terraformers are not able to use this, but it should help you. The chances of surviving are greatly improved when activated, but Sentinel almost never allows it for planet crafters. I have no way to tell if you're still alive or not. If only we could see each other again one day. I'm just gonna act like I'm dead, and then she'll leave me alone. So we won't answer it or anything like that. Now, let's just look. So if we wanted to look at this rocket that's able to transport things. This is the speed, plants, magnetic field protection. Okay, asteroids. I don't think we've unlocked it then. This is the drones visualize. It displays drones on the map screen. And then, of course, this is the map information rocket. So, I'm not for certain. What's the whole point of that rocket we must just not have gotten to yet? Because that one must be on here. I think we've almost unlocked everything on here. The next one is the teleporter, which I just can't wait for. And then the tree spreader, which is at 25 GTI. Those are going to be awesome. And then, of course, we have the tree... Wait a minute. Tree spreader... Oh, T2. So we could do the T2. That's much easier. 6 ppm. Yeah, I think it might be even easier to do that the other way, isn't it? Well, first, let's go get all of iron so we can continue to add on to the base. Shouldn't take too long to get the iron. We've got a lot of stuff going here. I would really actually thought these were going to produce a lot more. And when they didn't, I kind of was a little bit like, really? You know? Oh, let's check just to see what we're out of. It looks like titanium we're fine on. Silicone we're fine on. Cobalt we're fine on. Magnesium we're fine on. Osmium we're fine. Bioplastic, algae. I think I'll just do another one of algae. And we'll go grab that down there as well. I would have thought that the oxygen would have went up a little bit faster. That new one, you would have thought. Huh. It's almost like it stopped. Let's see if there's anything else. 2KT, that's plants, insects. Oh, this outdoor farm does plants 95 a second and insects. So that is something, this outdoor farm. Well, let's go take a look at that before we run off. So that's 2 bee larvae. And it does, you know, lots of plants, I guess. 95 per second, 8 insects. So it would be cool. This one, I still think this is much better because it's 350 versus this. This also takes more energy. Yeah, I'm not really certain what's the point of this. It seems to take so much more. You know what I mean, guys? I mean, that seems much better option. We need some uncommon larvae, and I don't think that we have any. No, we don't. Okay, well, we'll get more uncommon. Just keep your eyes peeled, guys, okay? Keep your eyes peeled on the ball. Alright. I'm just going to take it a little bit slow. See if I can find one. So I'd like to have some more honey. I should probably take that out too, so it can give me the second dose here. So right now it makes really high quality food that I think lasts a while. I'd like to see what it does. Uncommon though, we're looking for uncommon and lots of you-know-what, iron. Oh, there's one right there. Nothing. Okay, well that's alright. It's got this titanium, and I really don't need any titanium right now. I'm just gonna say goodbye. If I ever run out of titanium, I'll have huge piles of it next to every T2 because I just go in and take it out. Let's grab this one right here. See if it has any iron. Just one. I'll take back the sulfur though. I'll go back with at least a max as we grind away to our next spot here. Wowza. Yeah, it's definitely given me a lot of asteroids, so it must know that I've really started to push. I'm gonna run out and grab the alloys next. Grab a shipment of those. We're at 1 second, so there's definitely more oxygen because it was 1.1, and when it first started, I think it was 1.5. So we're getting to the point where oxygen is lasting longer and longer. It's very exciting. It really is. Okay, so here we are. Back on this whole thing, and we'll get the sulfur in here. And then one of the big things I could do is the fertilizer. I wanted more of that. Eggplant says. Start making that. Put these back in there. This one is algae. Sulfur. Let's stop making it already. What's it out of? Is it eggplant that it ran out of? Eggplant. Eggplant. Okay. All this food. I did even extra eggplants because I was like, well, we're gonna need lots of it. At this point, I'm thinking that we need even more of that. Oh, maxed. So we're gonna drop this food off real quick. Give the eggplants for those. These ones, and then mushrooms and beans. I would like to do that, so let's make one. Let's make the high quality food. There it is. So there's two things of high quality food. This does 90. So we can really go all the way down and then restore it. That's gonna be awesome. And then the rest of the beans we can put back in there. High quality food, I'm gonna leave that in there. I'm just gonna take the beans actually, because when I go on real long routes, I could probably take the high quality food. It'll be a much more beneficial substance. Let's come back on out. I'm gonna drop off the iron and then drop off the sulfur over here. I don't exactly know what we're out of again. I'm guessing it's water? Let's see. What are we missing? Yeah, sulfur and eggplants. We already used those up. Man, those go quick, don't they? Yeah, we already used the eggplants. I guess I'm gonna do more. I didn't think I was gonna have to, but yes, we will. We'll do a little bit more of it. I'll do one more. Thinking here, this is big enough so I can get around it. So let's do 3 more. Can we fit 3 there? 3 there? We might be able to do it. Let's go try that. We'll get the eggplants in because we don't want that slowing us down. The reason why is because we need the fertilizer for T2. So we want as much of this as we can possibly get without getting stopped. Algae, we don't have to worry about. Sulfur doesn't look like we have to worry about as much as the eggplant. That's really our kind of the thing that's stopping us. So let's eat a few mushrooms. Gosh, I like mushrooms. Eggplant we'll put back in there. And I'm just gonna build 3 more of these. Water bottles and fertilizer. See, even for that, of course, it needs that as well. Let's take 6 of them, I'd like. We can fit 6 in there. Let's just see what we can do. Alright, so that one right there is 6. And then the only thing is 6 water bottles. Let's grab those. 2 more of these guys. And now I guess it comes down to, do we have actually 6 eggplant seeds? I didn't look at that part. Do we not? Oh, okay, there we go. I was gonna say that would be ironic, wouldn't we get there and we don't have enough? Oh my gosh. I kind of want to move these slightly over. Because I only need this much distance. So these can be a little closer. We'll get this in here. Oh, okay. Got a few things fell on the floor. Don't look at it. We'll pick it up in a minute. I'd say like right about... Okay. And this one now. Perfect. There. Should be able to kind of get around this one. I could have brought him out a little bit more, couldn't I? I could still grab him like this, though. So. We're really maximizing the space. Think of it that way. Eventually, I should just make a bigger room. Probably should just make a bigger room. Almost want, you know what? I think I've got enough mushrooms. Early I just want to go full on eggplant. Eggplant crazy. That's what we're doing. There, we got these components now. There. And then each one of these, you know, it's funny that the food grower doesn't actually create any oxygen. I would have thought that that would have. That's weird that that doesn't do anything. Huh. Interesting. Me going through Canadian tech stocks, first one I see almost 3K stock price. Like how? I expect maybe like 300 to 500 per stock at most. Well, you don't need the whole amount to buy the stock. If you go through like certain companies, like down here, for instance, if you go through like Fidelity, you can buy portions of the stock. You don't have to spend the whole amount on it. So each day I buy stock, but I don't buy the entire cost of it. If you get me, Jack, you can find good companies where you can just buy portions of it. Especially, well, it depends on what broker, what you're using, but you can do it that way, which is a much better option, I think. Oh, there's another rare one. It's a common. So I'll put another rare one in here. Just wasn't expecting to find a tech company with that kind of value. A tech company? Oh yeah, tech companies got the most value. They got more value than anything on the market. I mean, think about it. The first multi-trillion-dollar company, osmium. The first multi-trillion-dollar company was Apple. I mean, in Canada, I would guess. I mean, you guys, didn't you have BlackBerry, Jack? The first dominator of the cell phone business? I think you guys did. Was that you guys? I'll have to double check that. Wow. It's crazy having a pool of water over here. Crazy. I wonder what this thing's got out here. Better have tons of super alloy. Yeah, we have Shopify and BlackBerry. Yeah, Shopify is enormous, and BlackBerry was enormous. They're not anymore, but Shopify is huge. And one of the biggest brands around. I mean, that company is absolutely massive when it comes to it. I was thinking about even doing an e-commerce store and adding to it. It's a great option to grow your wealth. Let's see here, silicone. Oh, lots of magnesium. Iron, yes. Get away. Get away. Get away, titanium. Nobody wants you. BlackBerry, even at its peak, was like $160. Now it's $5. Oh yeah, I mean, they could have potentially been very huge. Through mismanagement and not changing with the times, that causes a lot of issues. I'm in a company right now that I won't name that is on top, but they're not looking long term. That happens, you know. You get comfortable with being on top, so you don't think you have to adapt, but you always have to adapt to the changing environment. That's a big thing. Always have to. Sometimes it's nice to go a different way. It's kind of nice with all the rain. I mean, if I was gonna, you don't have to put in companies that are just in Canada, though, Jack. You can put in companies that are in other countries. I mean, I have stocks in companies in Asia. I have stocks of companies in Europe. I have stocks in companies in United States. A teacher I had in high school did the finance for a big company in his city and got to slowly go down the drain. Slowly go down the drain. Oh. Oh goodness. That doesn't sound good. Watched it go down? Oh boy. Yeah. Well, you have to know what you're investing in. You know, you have to look long-term wise. I've always liked really numbers. You know, I mean, my friends, they were putting in Robinhood. You know, they're using apps like that, and they brought home, I think, 3%. In different things, and they told me it was good, and I was like, 3%, 4%, that's a CD, like that's not 8%. You know that, and this isn't. I mean, I studied stock market actually for over a year. Studied for like 2 or 3 years before I really started to put money into it. But then I heavily studied it for a year. And I was like 2 or 3%. Like, you know, the one guy had 4%. I'm thinking 7% is like an average return, right? That, I better get 7. If I get less than 7, you know, that's just no way. And then, you know, the first year, I really did research in my stocks on what I thought was going to be good. And you have to have like the ability to not sell, because you want to sell. I mean, I hate to tell people, there was a point when stuff, you know, dipped, where it was like, you know, it's rough. You might be 9-10% down. That's just the way it goes. And what they want is other people to sell. They buy it cheaper. But you don't want to sell. You want to hold on to it. Be very patient. Never sell where you lose money. Never. Do not lose money. It's number one. It's the first rule. Don't ever lose money, ever. The only way you can do that is if you sell at a loss, or you're an angel investor and you picked a company that went fully on bankrupt and is no longer now on the NASDAQ or on the stock market. That happens with risky endeavors. I have a few risky endeavors, but I limit that to 10% of what I put in. Equality. There we go. And so, I brought home, I'm at 14% right now. That's what I've done in just over a year. I did 14.47%. That was my return. I had one stock that my girl didn't even like. She really didn't care for it at all. And I believed in it though. And I won't say what it is, but it did 45% because other stocks went down, It's a diversification of your portfolio. You put in, equal different things on what you think is going to do good, what's not going to do good. Let's see what this is looking like allergy wise. Oh my gosh, we're out of allergy. Okay, let's go get it. So yeah, 14.47%. And that's when people started to listen to me, like my family. Before that, I will say that people don't really listen to people. I know that, it's hard for people. People want to see some sort of thing. They have to see it for themselves, that you made the money. And then once you make the money, then people will listen. But it doesn't matter how much of an expert you think you are at something. If you don't have evidence to show that. I'm only sticking with Canadian companies right now as my broker charges 1.5% conversion fee on top of the conversion rate. So, well, you can be your own broker. You don't have to pay somebody. I'm pretty certain. Let me just check here. 1 second, guys. Yeah, Fidelity is in Canada. You could do exactly what I'm doing, not pay anybody. You don't have to pay him on top of the conversion fee. I use Fidelity, and I run all my own stocks. I don't pay anybody. I can help you if you want. But that's also in itself, that takes trust. I get people have to be really careful with that sort of thing. If I had somebody I knew, I just met on the internet, I probably wouldn't trust them either. I probably wouldn't trust, no offense against brokers and stuff like that, but people that put in a normal ETF made more money than most financial advisors usually make. I don't pay anything other than conversion fees. Well, if you are using, I don't know what you're exactly using. I wouldn't stick with only Canadian companies. If I would look at a diversified portfolio of good established companies and kind of offset it. Because if you put all your eggs in one basket, that's okay. You could do that. That's very risky. Aggressive, I don't know. I haven't seen the annualized return of this bank. I personally have a very aggressive and speculative portfolio mixed. Kind of what I usually run on. But I'm okay with much more risk. Other people are not. Even my girl sometimes, I remember the first time that the stock went down and she saw it, she got kind of scared. Now, this is something that I've seen happen a million times, so it didn't bother me at all. And then within a month, it was way off. and then she's happy. Some people deal with stress better than other people. Well, simple. It's only temp. Still gonna do multiple sectors. Yeah, I would do multiple sectors. One, I would pick any companies that are aligned with AI. Find companies that you like that are aligned with an AI, that are making a good one. Because what'll happen is that if the company is heavily invested in AI, they're going to be getting very close to unloading all of their people. And I mean unloading their people, I mean they're going to fire them. And they're going to fire a lot, not just a little bit. There's companies that are firing 90% of their staff. Hey, you heard that right, 90%. They're going to fire huge loads of their staff. So if you fire 90% of your staff and you don't have to pay any health insurance, you don't have to pay any retirement, 401k, which is, you know, nothing you got to pay for. Oh crap. Am I not picking this up? But anyway, what the companies will do is they'll do something like that. And they'll get rid of all their staff. When they do that, they'll start to go out. Why am I not picking this up? Huh. I guess that one's not ready to go yet. Oh. There's a... I kept not seeing it right there. These are all good. I think we got the algae that we needed. But yeah, so any company that aligns itself with AI will do a huge firing squad. Kind of sounds bad. A huge firing of a lot of its workers. They're already doing it right now. Says not ready yet. Yeah, I had to read it and stuff like that. I saw it, thought after. But once they do that and they're starting to unload it, you'll see that companies really have so much better cash flow. And every company is going to do that. That's why if you are in a company right now, if you're out there and you're working and stuff like that, in a big, huge corporation that has the money to buy an AI, make sure that you're exceptional. Because this is the time to be really exceptional. Or go create your own business. But one thing is make sure you're exceptional, because they're trying to get rid of a lot of people, and you're going to be the first person, if you're not doing really good in a job where they're trying to move AI in, that could definitely be a big thing for them to get rid of you. I hate to say it, but like anybody who says that AI is not going to replace jobs and that there's going to be more jobs, there's not. It just is not. I know it's a sad thing to say, and people try to tell people to reassure people. If a company can make a cut, you know, on their business or something like that to make more profit, or they keep you there, they're gonna take the profit. Just the way it is, and I don't blame them really. What the heck are you doing in here, little guy? Huh. Okay, so let's see here. So things are kind of stagnant right now. We need to really kind of start moving up on the B trend. And I'm going to put this tree bark here. And then I'm just working to get uncommon larvae right now. So let's just do that. Let's grab these uncommon ones we're looking for. I was hoping that maybe they'd be in these areas. Wow, look at that. Really starting to be tons of bees. Guess it's kind of harder to see them in here. Oh, goodness. Wow, that actually produces 1.95 PPT. That's pretty good. And then 1.95 PPT, and then these ones are producing 350 G. And then this structure is doing what? Does it tell me? No, it doesn't. Wow, I've got huge amounts of biodomes now. That's crazy. We're gonna build all the way over there. so we connect with the wall. That's kind of what my plan is. Need to find more iron though, guys. We've got to find more iron. So let's do that. Well, any questions you ever have, Jack, about any of it, let me know. I can help you out with whatever you got. I'm always open for questions on it. If I can make you happier, or just be able to take care of your family or whatever, or somebody in your family better. Everybody, I think, deserves a much more relaxed living. Let's see, magnesium. Oh, we actually topped that off. Nice. Okay. And then what was this building? Let's grab these out, the fertilizers. Back in there. Is this ready yet? I don't know where they're at. Yeah, wow, that was quick. Just grabbing as much. We're grinding now. Grinding our wares. Inventory full. I'm just setting yearly goals at the moment for it. So this is exactly what me and my girl did. Write down on a piece of paper, say, you know, what do you want it to hit? Like, what's your projection? What, you know, and then just go from there and just make it. Say that's kind of what you want. And then next year, depending on what you add in or whatever. So does this, the one that you picked, does it pay any, like, does it pay any dividends at all? For you holding the stock with them? I'd look at those things too. It should be an exciting time though. It really is. And this is the overflow. Goodness. Okay, well, it's a little bit of mixture of everything. Come on back here. I'll take these out. Fertilizers. And let's see what we're low on here. Water's still good. We run out of eggplants again. Oh my gosh. Like right now, I just want to get the portfolio to get like 400 to 500 by the end of the year. TD has a dividend of 4.37%. Well, that's a really good dividend. That's a good percentage dividend and stuff like that. So you want to get to like $400 or $500 dollars? Is that what you're saying? $400 to $500? Let's keep putting a little away. And what I tell people is that you have something, like let's just say you have let's say you go for like a cup of coffee or something, right? And you go for that cup of coffee and you spend like $5 on a cup of coffee. Instead of spending $5 on the cup of coffee, or you keep spending $5 on a cup of coffee, but just take $5 out every day. Just put it aside. Because if you do that in a week, of course, you'd have 35 bucks. And then that really starts to add up. It really does. I guess I'm gonna just keep building beehives. But you know what's funny? I don't see a lot of larvae around here. It's on my deck though. Seems to come around me a lot. It's not really out here though. On this platform, it's really easy to see them usually. I'll be able to move another $28 into the account on Friday, $50 at the end of the month. Yeah, that's a great way of doing it. Exactly what you're doing, and it's consistency, and it doesn't. I don't know what the exact measurements are on your account, but if you can just put in little small amounts all the time, over a long period of time, the interest rate is much better. So let's see. Where the heck is the larvae? I thought they'd be out. It's funny, I'm trying to find it right now. Uncommon, there's an uncommon. Perfect, okay. Nighttime, we'll find them. They should be out eating stuff. Huh. Not seeing much more. Me and my wife are trying for $10 per pay right now, and I'll probably put my Twitch payouts into it as well. Yeah, that's a great idea. That's a really wonderful idea. I like it. You know, when you do stuff together and you keep each other accountable, that's a big thing. It's a fun thing to do with your girl, or your wife, your fiance, whatever. Great way to do it. Because you keep each other on their toes. And it's fun to like cheer each other on, especially when you're making money together. You're both putting money into it, your hard work money, and you're seeing that money like accumulate and appreciate together. That's fun, and that's the way it should be, I think. So 2 bee larvae should just be fertilizer. And what was the other thing? I think it's mutagen. Yeah. So there's this one, mutagen, that one. Got that going now. It's pretty fast, so. And then over here, I need another thing of mutagen. Perfect, okay. Got the mutagen and then the bacteria. And this one is right about 38%. I think we're gonna have to do a whole nother room of this and just of beets. The fertilizer is just that much. It really is. It's just crazy how much it is, but it's nuts. So another one of those bigger rooms would be nice. 3 iron, 3 titanium. Okay. 3 titanium. I'm gonna take from the overflow. And 2 of the alloys. Is it 3 alloys? That's 2. That's exactly what I said. That's just so exciting here. Good for you, Jack. Good for you. Glad. I always like hearing stuff like that. All right, let's further expand this room. I don't know why it doesn't like that. Something in the way. I think it's those powers are in the way. Okay. Okay. Fusions. There we go. Power's back on. There we go. Now that should make it an extra big room. And we'll have hopefully nothing. He says, I'm helping you with this and you're helping me invest in a way. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, that sounds like the best thing you could do, right? Help each other out. Plus, I feel like when you learn something better is when you also do it. Maybe it's just me, but I think that works out really great. If you're doing something and you're telling other people about it, that's a great way of making more and more kind of memory on how something works. You know, first people say, well, if you hear it, and then you read it, you write it, and then teaching, I always think is, or just talking about it to people, helps you yourself learn it better. It's not just, it's all for one, you know. Let's see here. I'm gonna take these out. I'd like to do like equal lines here. Just kind of go down that. I don't like how that bumps out either. Let's take that out. Can't destruct something's inside. What? No, it's not. All right, so let's see if I can get this here. There we go. I'll do one whole line there. Perfect. Okay. And then 4 of these, because we realize that we need many more of them. It's just going to be fertilizer and alloy and water bottles. Yeah, I'm more hands-on, just there are things I won't learn unless I hear about first, which kick starts me into looking into more. Yeah, that's how, you do it. You just put it out there and just do the very best you can. And then just forget the rest. That's what I think people just need to just do your very, very best. And don't let anybody tell you that you're not smart enough to do something, or I think that's easy for people to say, like, oh, or you're out of your league, you need somebody else to do it. I think people are more capable of doing things than what they really even understand. Just with time management even. I mean, I remember when I was doing this job, I started trying to do all these things at once in it. And I was like, I don't know how I can do this. I don't know how I can work out. I can invest. And I started doing like a channel, doing a job. You do like a relationship, and all of that's extra work. But it's, and good work in ways. It's good things too. And you start to really realize that you have way more time than you thought you had, and you use it more effectively. That's the big thing about it. Using it as effectively as possible. Let's see here. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take that one out of this area. Give me that. And then now I'm like, holy cow, like how much more time do I have? Like how did I have all this time before? It's like, you could do all this now? Yeah, I could do all this. Oops. I could do all this and some. And it's just, it's limitless what you really have the ability to be able to do. I'm not going to do any more of those. I think those are good. Right now, we need to maximize on beets. Let's go get more seeds. Oops. That's all the ones we have left, I don't think. All right, but I need more beets. Adding estimate earnings sheet. My spreadsheet for rough calculation. Yeah, there's a real good way. There's many good calculators out there, dividend calculators, to use. Put those on there. Configure your amount, the frequency of what you put in, because of course, if you're doing it, quarterly versus monthly versus weekly, it's hugely different. So once you do that, you can figure out even much more about it. And in the long run, you get to see what you could make, and that's just the funnest thing in the world, to be able to see that. Look at all that food. We really are mass producing now. I should get rid of this one though. Let's get rid of this so I can get through here. Oh, let's see. Put one right here. Should just put them around like this. It's so much easier than when you try to get through this area. Maybe that's what I should do. I'll put these back. But yeah, do like a regular investment calculator, figure out what your return would be. Do a dividend calculator. Add them together, or have one that's all inclusive. Just going for drip calculation right now. As I figure out the first year will be just diversifying the portfolio. The thing, well, I mean, if you think about it this way, if you're for sure about companies and you've really done your research, and you pick like, I don't know, a handful, you can make real lots of money. The more companies you pick, the less the risk is. Also, if you really know the company, then you of course can make way more. So that's what I look at things as. Let's see here. Let's put these here. Oh, aluminum. Oh, Mount Aluminum. I don't have enough space. Ooh! Let's run back. Okay, here we go. Was this a... That's a food grow T2. Yeah, these are all T2s. Okay. For a minute there, I was thinking I didn't have. I thought it said I didn't have enough here. There is that. Oh, goodness. There's the water. Like playing it right to the end. Yeah, right now, yeah, trying to reduce risk as everything is in TD right now, which to me, a huge red flag. Well, I mean, this is the whole thing. If you want an aggressive return, you have to have risk. I mean, things that have aggressive are going to make more money the way it is. How much risk you want to do is dependent on yourself. Really what it is that if you believe in the company and you know the company's going to go back up, and I know people say, well, anything could happen or whatever, but if you're picking well-established companies, there's going to be some volatility, like Tesla, for instance. But the amount of money that my folks made on Tesla when I told them to put in is substantial, huge. When other people were afraid of Tesla and didn't think it was going to make it or whatever. There's a lot of fear-mongering around stocks. People don't like volatility. I like volatility. People are like, well, why would you like volatility? You know, that's crazy. I mean, blah, blah. It's because every time the stock goes down, I make money. Like, how do you make money when the stock goes down? Because I buy every day. So if I buy every day, I'm buying it at a sale. When it goes back up the next day, I buy twice as much when it goes down. When it goes up, I buy only once. I double my investment when it goes down. I keep doing that, and each day I just keep making more and more money. So if it goes down 5%, I triple my interest into it. It goes down 2%, I double it. If it goes up 5%, I just put in my regular amount. I don't know if that makes any sense to people, but that's what I kind of figured out. And then I just do it really, really often. Oh gosh, did I not put any of those seeds in there? I didn't. Thought I did. For some reason I thought I had eggplants and not eggplant seeds. Those in there. There's one thing they never tell you either. If everybody invested and put money away and did the right thing, it would be horrible. The whole entire economy would crash. And why is that? Is because people that invest are counting on people spending on things that they don't need. You know, most of the economy is built on people putting things on a credit card, especially in the United States. So we need people to do those things. All right, let's see here. Oh shoot, I do that every time. I wish people saved, but I can't even get my friends to save. And I tried to get them to save, but they wouldn't listen to me. They would not listen to me at all. Okay, so I need some more seeds now to fill up that last spot. This is nice. This room looks really good. I guess I could have kept the one in the middle. I guess I could do squash or something. I could do that. I got enough here? Yeah, I got it. I think I have enough. Perfect, okay. It'll be squash. That'll be squash. Squashy, squashy. There you are, squash. Been looking for you. But no, that's kind of what you do. So like, you've heard of day trading, day buying. Yeah, small increments. I think it's the best way possible. Constantly buying every day, putting away, keeping the interest flowing. There's the eggplant. And then this little guy should be done. And you go in there, and you go in there, and you go in there. And while this is going, that's why I'm going with stuff you kind of have to have, like banks and real estate, as you need a place for your money. You need a place to live. I mean, those will do good. They're not going to make the biggest returns, but those will do really, really good. Like the biggest returns are going to be anything in tech. In anything connected to AI, that's where your annualized return is going to be hugest. Anything that's connected to semiconductors, anything connected to advancement of maybe nanometer wafers, stuff like that. Those are going to be where the substantial increase is. And then, to your point, banks that are connected with AI. Banks that are connected with AI. So there's that company, because again, I'm not going to advertise what I get here, tell people what I do, but one of the ones that I got, company that lends money to AI companies, and that did substantial return, like enormous. So those are good companies. I tell people that a lot of times energy is a great one to go with. And they say energy, well, why would energy be a good one to go with? Well, I watched some things on some billionaires on stuff like that. Lots of them never say anything. They just, they buy this book or whatever, kind of stuff like that. And you read the book, and the book doesn't really say anything. There's one billionaire in particular I listened to one time, though. And he told me to put money into energy, because energy is one of the most volatile stocks, but it's also one of the most predictable. And you want volatility with predictability. It's always a really great way. No, Silicon Valley Bank is not a, I don't think they were an enormous lender in AI companies particularly, but all right, let's go look at these things here. It's been a while since we've kind of increased here, but things are kind of adding up nice. 14.9. We started with 12, so I feel a little stagnant here. We are at 25. Not to mention it ain't a thing anymore. No, it's not a thing anymore. It's kind of sad about banks like those things. I mean, just like that, they can go pop. And that's why, if you're putting in money into banks or lenders, you could make an aggressive amount of money, but it also is much more risky. So like I said, I have about two to three companies that are very risky. Then I have companies that are very volatile, but very good companies, but volatile. They go up and down. So an example of a volatile company that goes up and down would be like Tesla. Tesla has went back up and down. Is Tesla going anywhere? No. Tesla's not going anywhere, regardless of what the media and everybody has said for the last 10 years. Like EVs are not going to be a thing, or solar panels will never make it, or blah, blah. It's funny. Hey, I'll tell you, all these people that said solar panels would make it, I'll tell you a company, and you can look it up for yourself, Jack. If people would have put their money in Enphase 5 years ago, they would have been millionaires. But they didn't believe in solar panels. Just look it up. Look up Enphase, Enphase. If you would have put $10,000 in that company 6 years ago. There's companies like that. Again, it's an energy company. That's volatility, but predictability. Usually when people talk about stocks that are really good, they're already gone. You know, their thing is whatever. Then they go away, you know. The thing goes off of them. Nobody's talking about it. And then that company dips for a while. People are like, oh, look at that company. It was doing really good. And that's when you're there buying all the stocks when nobody else is buying it. And then nobody pays attention to that company anyway for a while. And then pretty soon it starts taking off again. But now you've been spending the last year or 2 years buying all the stocks really cheap. And now it starts going up. And then the news talks about it. So then everybody else jumps into it. That's what you want. That's why you want to put in daily. Get every single deal. Let's see here. I don't want that. Get out of there. Looking for iron. Iron, baby! And I was hoping for larvae out here. Oh, wait. You're common. I don't want that. Yeah. End phase. Those are good companies. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I suggest everybody do their own research. And I don't support any company or anything like that. I don't get commission from anybody. I just want to help out people, save a little bit more cash. Especially how tough it is right now. I mean, it's tough here. And let's be honest, I live in America. So out of all the cards, I got definitely a pretty good card that I picked for just being here. Some people won't understand that, but some other people definitely will, especially if you're in a developing country. I lived in one for a while, and I noticed how long they had to work for what I had to work for. Oh, it's a huge difference. It's not that they didn't work hard, it's just a card that they get pulled, and that's where they geographically grew up. Well, I guess, you know, iron... Really? Come on, iron. This is getting ridiculous. Thought I would have picked up more by now. Did I just walk past it? Yeah, I did. Getting kind of tired today. Uncommon, yes! That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So, here's a little story. Because it's not always tech. It's not always tech. And sometimes it's nice to talk about a story. So, the year was 2007. And this company was getting the crap kicked out of them by Pizza Hut. Sucker punching them right into the ground. They weren't making very much cash at all. If you were to put money in Domino's way back in the early 2000s, when they were getting crapped and knocked around by Pizza Hut and all the other franchise, then it just took off and it made 3,000%. You could be a millionaire. Domino's. It's crazy to think. And that's where you see some things like that where they make enormous amounts of money. It's just like, wow, you know, if I would have thought that, if I would have... Look at this, 1.5 if under the water. If I come up here, it goes to 0.9. So we know that the water reduces the oxygen level and that the planet itself is doing better, because when we first started this, it was like 1.5. The longer that we're outside here, I'm starting to see it. When we started just a little while ago, it was 1.1. So we see it continuing to decrease. That's awesome. Longer and longer you can be outside. It's really cool to see. Let's put those back in. Let's go get this other one in here. There it is. And then our next beehive, just super alloy fertilizer and bioplastic. There we go. Yeah, I like the domino story. I hope they make a thing about that. They should make a movie out of that. It's a real comeback story of a fast food chain. Down and out and then just rises to the top. I want to see what they actually made. Let's see. So, let's look at Domino's right now. I'll just look here. Domino's stock. Okay, so let's take a little intermission here. So if you would have did Domino's, right? So if you would have put it in back in 2008, 2007 when I was telling you guys, you could have put in for $10 USD, right? $10. Okay. And now it's worth $397. Yep. About 12 years later, it went up 3,000%. But if you would have sold it in the peak of the pandemic, right? So remember, 2007 was before there was a huge crisis in the United States. So you would have bought it then when it was really, really low and people were making fun of it. And you would have sold it at about the peak of COVID. You would have went from $10 per share to $545 per share. So your $10, you know, it's just crazy to think about. But anyway, right now it's went up 2,770% in the, let's see here, in the last 5 years, done 52%. Max is 2,770. So that's looking at it from all the way from 2004. But even in 2004, it was actually more money. That's just crazy. Just not even nuts. Anyway, let's go back to the game. Because of course, this is video games, not financial corner. But it's just funny to think a fast food chain could have made you a multi-millionaire. And there'll be another one. There'll be another one in the future that will. Okay, let's go get honey. I guess I could have got it while I was out here. That one's got nothing. This one's got something. How many of these we got? 3? No? Man, it's kind of hard to see with that stupid light on, isn't it? Oh, what? That's... Oh, it's a bee! Oh, that's awesome. Funny part is, to use, to order down was a lot during that low point. Yep. Trust me. I wouldn't steer you wrong, Jack. In the future, I'll tell you about some, if we become good friends. Which I think we're already good friends. But trust takes a while. In the future, I'll tell you some companies that I think will do good. I just don't want to be the type of person where, you know, it's risky with people's money. That's the one thing. All my friends tell me, okay. All my friends have told me I need to start like some sort of thing. So I tell them stuff and then it goes up. And but I'm always afraid if I don't want somebody to lose money. You know, I care about people and things like that. And people, I don't think have the patience that I have. So I'm afraid that they would sell at a low point and lose money, and I don't want to see that happen. So until you really get to know people, I don't like to tell them things. Because they have to... What the heck? There we go. Because they have to really have what they call diamond hands. Have you ever heard that reference? Diamond hands? If you haven't heard that reference, it's a good way to think about it. Have diamond hands. Did I really put that over that door? Well, that's okay. I mean, you can go through the other way. GameStop, MF to the moon. Oh yeah, there's a movie coming out about that. That movie, the trailer said, like, you know, the idea that you can become one of those rich people is just a figment of your imagination. I don't believe that. I really do believe that you can make it. You can. You can create generational wealth. You can rise above. And for those people, though, that are in developing countries, I see how it'd be much more difficult for them. And I don't think people notice that a lot. They don't really bring that up. But there's still people that have made it hugely. It's just that in some countries also they'll deal with more laws that are unfair. And that's a big thing that people should talk about. But yeah, it's I feel like I just got hit with something and I don't know what that was. I think a bug just tried to attack me because I had a weird feeling. I'm okay though. I'm okay. See if there's any more. Wow, that gets honey quickly. Can you eat the honey just as is? Okay, so 10 health. 10 health. That's so fast. Wowza. Just we're out here. That's crazy. Okay. GameStop, you know, that's one right there. I mean, it's interesting, but no, I'd really like to help people. I'd have to have real good patience. Patience and diamond hands. I need another mutagen. There we go. Okay. Wow, this thing goes quick. It's crazy how much we just went through too. Eggplants, just pile driving through those eggplants. All right. Anyway, next one here. Mutagen. Yeah, we'll go fertilizer. Fertilizer seems to be a major component here. There, we got enough. There's another one. Gotta cut my wife out of our wedding photos, as it's only a good pic I have of myself. Oh my god. Holy cow. I can't believe she heard you say that. She's gonna be like, what did you just say? You'll be in the doghouse. All right, guys. That is gonna be 7 o'clock, and I have just been under the weather this week, so I'm gonna call it there. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. Everybody that's in the chat over on YouTube, I see you guys over there, and I see you guys on Twitch. Thank you so much for everybody showing up. You guys are absolutely fantastic and wonderful. And I just want to say thank you to the 100th subscriber special on YT. Appreciate that much. Appreciate as our followers are now starting to pile up on Twitch. You guys are fantastic. And again, you remember, live at 5 every single day. No matter if I'm sick or not, I'll be here for you guys. So maybe a little bit shorter this week because I'm feeling under the weather. But you guys are great. See you soon. Bye-bye.